Let's get it. Eugene the Fit. Check out my website, eugenethefit.com. Follow me on all social media at Eugene the Fit. And let's make it happen. Now, what is the keto diet? Keto is short for ketogenic. It's a diet where you eat very little amounts of carbs. By very little, I mean less than 50 grams per day. And for some people, it could even be around 20 or less than that. It varies person to person how many carbs they need to eat and still be able to obtain the state of ketosis and stay there. And by eating carbs, I mean digestible carbs, which is not including the amount of carbs you eat that are fiber. You're going to eat medium amounts of proteins and also high amounts of dietary fats. Of course, you want to pick healthy sources like avocados, coconut oil, olive oil, etc. Now, your whole goal of the diet is to get into ketosis. Ketosis is a state where you start to produce ketone bodies, and these are fats that are converted into usable energy to basically replace the glucose that you're not getting because you're not eating many carbs anymore. When you do this, you start to use fat for fuel. When you're using fat for fuel, you start to lose fat if you're in a caloric deficit. Now, how do you know if you're in ketosis? You could be eating low amounts of carbs and think, all right, I'm doing the right thing on keto. But you don't know unless you check. There are 3 ways to check. First way is a strip, and you urinate on the strip, and it gives you your level of ketone bodies. But it's not the most accurate method because when you first start to get into keto diet, you'll produce excess ketone bodies. And that's what the strip is measuring, your excess. Now, as you continue to go along keto, the strip may start to read that you're not in ketosis because you're not producing excess anymore. Your body's become more efficient. So you'll believe that you're not in ketosis even if you still are. The second method is breath testing. Now, in the breath testing, there's still studies out, so the accuracy of it is conflicting right now based on what people believe. But what is not debated is the most accurate way to test your level of ketones is blood testing. And the blood testing is just like if you were checking your glucose if you were a diabetic. So there are different strips, but same type of method. You can finger prick, and when you do so, you know if you're in ketosis or not. So you can make adjustments accordingly. Now, when you're checking your levels, you want to do it in the same state each time, which will be either mornings, first thing when you wake up, or right before bed, so you can get consistent readings at all times, and you can make proper adjustments. If you do it at random times throughout the day, you can kind of throw yourself off, and you don't want to do that. Now, keto is not perfect, but there are a lot of upsides. The upsides are you start to lose fat. You start to lose fat quickly. You can make great progress on keto. There are health benefits. It's an anti-inflammatory diet, and you don't even really have to count calories to make great progress. But as always, there are limits. And one limit is even if you're not really counting calories and you make great progress, there's a stopping point somewhere if you don't track exactly what you're doing, because you can't adjust and be like, all right, I hit a plateau. How can I push myself further? You don't know what you did to get there. So if you're tracking everything, you're able to make adjustments because everything's been documented. Another shortcoming is you never learn how to diet conventionally. So since you don't know how, you're pretty much stuck in the circle of keto where you have to do it for the foreseeable future. Otherwise, if you were to revert back, you'll lose all the progress you made because you didn't learn how to do it the proper way. Now, if you decide you want to stay keto, then hey, you're good. The thing is, if you don't learn how to do it the proper way and you use keto as a quick fix, you're going to lose all that hard work. So it's better just to learn it right off top. Now, to decide whether or not keto is for you, what's your first priority? So if fat loss is your number one priority at any cost, then keto could be for you because you're really going to lose a great deal of fat. Now, you know keto is not for you if fat loss is not your number one priority. If maintaining or building muscle is your number one priority and losing fat is secondary, then you don't want to do a keto diet because you put your muscles in a compromised position when you're eating this way. And your muscle building is in a compromised position because although you can build muscle keto, there's a limit to where you can go because you can't even do to your potential in the weight room what you do if you were eating carbs, because glucose is your number one source of energy for weight training. And when you convert to ketone bodies for your number one source, then you can still go at it, but you're not going to go at it at 100%. You're not going to reach your potential there. So there are limits what you can do on keto as far as building muscle. Whatever your priority is, that's how you can decide. For me, that's what will keep me away from keto is I can't live to my potential. And also I love carbs. So I know how to diet conventionally and keep carbs in my life and just manipulate my body entirely whichever direction I want to go. So there's no reason for me to go keto, and I love carbs. So I don't want to cut carbs. Let's keep carbs in my life. Summarize it, keto diet, short for ketogenic. You're gonna eat very little carbs, under 50 grams, varies person to person. Some people could be even around 20. Medium amounts of protein, high fats. Those are the typical keto diets. Your body, if it gets into the state of ketosis, it starts to use ketone bodies for fuel, which is fat. You're using fat for fuel. You lose fat if you're in a caloric deficit. You make great progress, but the only problem is there are limits for muscle building. Other than that, there's nothing wrong with keto. Subscribe. You like the video, hit like. Make sure you follow me on all social medias at Eugene the Fit. Check out my website, eugenethefit.com, and let's get it. Be great.